In point of fact, almost every architect of note had made the CCTV project the target of attention. The planned new site was to be located in the central area of the CBD, which was not only the most active business area, but also a window through which Beijing was embracing the world. In this area, every inch of land was worth at least a gold coin, but CCTV had the power to provide as much as 187,000 square meters of land on which an architect could fully express his imagination. Rem Koolhaas found this highly attractive. However, when Koolhaas and Sheeran arrived in Beijing, they realized they were facing the greatest challenge of their careers. Designing an office building for China's national TV station on the extended line from Chang'an Avenue in the heart of Beijing would entail difficulties beyond anything they had ever encountered.
It was a huge challenge. I mean, it's a huge challenge, kind of simply to do something so big in a kind of totally different culture where you don't really speak the language.
I think it's really a series of challenges that make this project special in its own right. It will be one of the largest buildings ever built in the world. Its architectural configuration and its structural design is the second challenge. Programmatic diversity and specificity inside the building, all the functions of a highly technical demand of the TV station, I think really mark the challenge of the project.
In May 2002, as soon as he returned to Rotterdam from China, Koolhaas held an urgent meeting with his designers at the Office for Metropolitan Architecture. In the crowded room, they discussed a tough problem. During their field investigation in Beijing, Koolhaas and Sheeran had come to understand an important fact, namely, that in recent years the new central business district, as the most rapidly developing area in Beijing, had become one of the biggest construction sites in the world. All kinds of skyscrapers were rising one after another, so the problem was going to be how to distinguish the new CCTV building from all other tall buildings around it. At the beginning, it was suggested that they should design a higher skyscraper that would overwhelm the other buildings, but Koolhaas immediately put this idea aside. Koolhaas knew that all his competitors were famous for designing skyscrapers. Those competitors included SOM, the design team that came up with the Shanghai Jingmao building, Cesar Pelli, the designer of the Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur, and KPF, the designers of the Shanghai World Financial Center. Designing a taller skyscraper would not give them an advantage.
And I think that when we looked at the CBD of Beijing, we saw in the first renderings that it was going to be a collection of many skyscrapers, independent towers. And so one of the first ideas that we had was not to add kind of simply another skyscraper, but to try to reinvent the idea of the skyscraper in a different way.
Koolhaas and Sheeran changed their design concept. They decided to attach more importance to researching and analyzing the details stipulated for the project in the assignment book of the CCTV new site project. At the beginning of the bidding process, CCTV provided a detailed plan of the future new site. The construction of the new site meant not simply making a few changes and expanding the office space, but providing the ideal space in which the CCTV network would develop and innovate.
我觉得这里边体现了一个就是一个决策者的一个雄心。我觉得这个雄心就是我们要改变。实际上改变恰恰是设计的核心。
The new building needed to support a number of functions. News production, program production and administration would all be taking place inside the one building. Koolhaas came up with a ring-shaped structure, one which would allow for a continuous loop with different sections set aside for different functions. From there, Koolhaas came up with another bold idea. He wouldn't design the building in the regular square shape. In Koolhaas's design, the building is composed of two towers that are not independent towers but lean toward each other. The most astonishing part of the design is the huge cantilever in the air linking the two towers. Inspired by their unique concept, Koolhaas and Sheeran completed their design for the CCTV news site. The irregular ring-shaped skyscraper will contain the four main function areas: administration, news production, broadcasting and program making. To its north, there would be another independent tall building, the Television Cultural Centre. This would be made up of hotels, theatres, studios, restaurants and so on. Between the two buildings, there would be an open area which would function as a media square.
其实我觉得可能会提示中央电视台，你作为一个媒体人的角色，就是你要用独特的视角去关注这个世界，去观察这个世界，而且以中央电视台的独特视角，不是抄袭别人的视角。
Of the 10 entries submitted for the CCTV news site, the review committee unanimously considered Koolhaas's inclining ring design the most imaginative. The committee felt that its analysis and understanding of the media functions of the TV network and its rethinking of the traditional skyscraper were refreshing.
在众多摩天楼里，它以这样的一个方式来诠释这个超高层建筑，我觉着世界上不多见，可以说没有，是一种独创的一种诠释的方式。
它还是从一个功能来出发的，并不是一开始就是从一个所谓什么造型。这种功能呢，它所反映的实际上是一个体现我们这传媒空间的这样一个本质的这样一个特征，那么就是一个循环往复的、生生不息的这样一个信息流的传递的过程。
Over a period of several months, the review committee undertook a comprehensive analysis of each submitted design scheme in terms of function application, transportation organisation, environmental design and the overall layout of the new central business district. When the final result was released on December the 20th, 2002, it was announced that the design scheme from OMA had been accepted by the review committee by unanimous vote. Koolhaas and Sheeran had won.
这个评委就在那儿说，恭喜中央电视台，恭喜北京，恭喜中国，这么一次大规模的国际竞赛，这就是中国开放的一个象征啊。那么另外呢，选了这么一个他认为比较独特的方案，也是就是说电视台的在这个整个的国家改革开放的这个大背景下的一种姿态和选择。
In the eyes of experts in architecture, once the design is realised, the result will not only be a symbolic work of architecture in the new central business district, but the one with the strongest visual impact.
我们说它很真实，而且勇敢，它不是那种很晦涩的那种建筑。 它很有力量，
它带给人的思考可能是多元的，啊，但是呢，总的来它是一个向上的，啊，是一个前进当中的这样一种建筑。
作为建筑的一种表现形式，尤其是建筑的文化来说，作为国家的一种象征，我觉得 CCTV 它起到了一个就是在这个时代性的一个划时代的一个很重要的标志性建筑。
央视大楼它以后肯定会成为就是东三环那边一个中心。 那么它对东三环整个那一带城市的发展呢，它可能会对特别是经济上的发展会起到很大的推动作用。
Koolhaas and his company OMA were successful in seeing their unique design accepted for this prestigious and challenging project. They were appointed the official designers of the CCTV news site. As a result, CCTV would be able to present to the world a more attractive image of the new media in China.